Thanks for being available for this conversation. As industry veterans, we've both lived through some interesting times over the past 25 years, but nothing really compares to COVID-19. What is it, Didier, that defines COVID-19 and sets it apart from the other crises that we've lived through?
I do agree with you, Porrick. This is very much unprecedented times. I've lived through the Gulf War, 9/11, SARS, H1N1, the financial crisis in '08, the recession, the AIG effect, all of the crises that our industry and I guess the global economy has to endure over the last 2.5 decades. I think COVID-19 is very, very different, and in two ways. One, it's the speed, and then it's the scale of it. When you talk about scale, I was recently reading an article. Over 170 countries and territories are affected by this. Understanding that there is 196 countries in the world, it's pretty much the whole world has been affected by this. The second element is speed. 3 weeks ago, I was in Toronto and Chicago, coming from about a month of travel, visiting site Australia, New Zealand, visiting site Africa, attending trade shows over there. And this was only 3 weeks ago. Now we're talking about today, India is entering into confinement as well, which means that about 2.6 billion people on the planet, 1/3 of humanity, is in confinement. So absolutely unprecedented times for our industry, the travel industry, but then for the economy altogether.
Thank you. So, SITE, very much a global organization, 2,500 members, 91 countries. Obviously, COVID-19 has more countries than SITE, but how is SITE dealing with COVID-19?
Great point. I think we are present in 91 countries. We are certainly one of the most global organization, and I guess we've been previewed in some ways because of our global nature to what might happen. We had certainly signs from Site China early January in terms of how COVID-19 was affecting them. And, from there, we've kind of been following the trail. And obviously, the epicenter of the pandemic is right now in Europe and is rapidly moving to North America. So the way that we've answered it as a society and with the help of our foundation as well has been all around a new campaign, Be Connected, Be Site Strong. And this is all about, making sure that in these days of, again, confinement, travel ban, and all of that, all members basically stick together. And I guess more importantly, learn from one another. Again, back to China, there's certainly lessons that we have learned from that. I think Liu Ping posted an article on last week's SiteSource and kind of provided a background of what that looks like, how it's going to evolve, potentially when it's going to peak. So I think it's giving us a great understanding of actually probably what's going to be ahead of us. So connections are hugely important. The other motto that we've used is clearly postpone, don't cancel. Postpone your meetings, don't cancel them. It's something that we've applied to ourselves. We have rescheduled Incentive Summit Europe. We have rescheduled Incentive Summit Americas. So these programs will take place. They will just have to be delayed. And I guess it's all about showing resilience. We've seen it through previous crises. Again, they were not of the magnitude of this one, but certainly our industry and our community has proven to be extremely resilient.
So hashtag Site Strong. Good. Now, I know you wanted to use this opportunity, this video conversation, to announce something that's particularly special and exciting for SITE members. What is that, Didier?
I just mentioned, 2.6 billion people in confinement at the moment, which means a large portion of our industry and certainly a large portion of our membership is currently unemployed or at least underemployed. which really has two consequences. On one hand, they have limited financial resources because the income isn't there. But at the same time, they do have a lot of time. And, as a society with Jen and Karine as leadership and our trustees and our directors, we certainly paying attention to how we can help our members, but also shifting to what is actually the recovery going to look like. And so as a society, what we want to convey as a message is now is time to invest in yourself. And now is time to invest in your professional qualifications, in your skills, in your competencies, potentially in your certification. So what we have decided to do with the board is basically to offer all of our online content. These are 12 online modules that you can access through our Knowledge Center, as well as the CITP prep course for free to all of our members. So that's something that we're doing for our membership, again, demonstrating value to them and really, again, conveying the message, this will pass, get ready for the rebound.
So be connected, be sight strong. That's our motto. Let's live it.
So stay healthy, stay home, stay sight strong.